Hey guys, how's everybody doing today? I've got a couple videos coming up pretty soon on some big stuff, some mower project I've been working on, and car repair for my daily driver out there. But what I'm wanting to try to do in the meantime is just kind of do some other things that I've thought up in the past that I wanted to do, and for whatever reason I just never did really get around to making those kind of videos. But since everyone seems to be supportive of these new ideas I've come up with, I want to do this one. I thought that I would take you along and just scan through some Craigslist ads without spending a lot of time on each one of them, but just look and see what you could get on Craigslist for $1,000 or less. If you've been around this channel long enough, you know that I've drug home some real pieces of work off Craigslist, and just about every one of them's been less than $1,000. And so I just kind of, well, I'm not looking for anything right now, but you know, a lot of people are looking for cars, or they're looking for trucks and whatever. So maybe this will, if nothing else, this may kind of give you, from somebody that's been around a lot of cars, that knows the problems, real familiar with them, I can just kind of tell you what to avoid, if I, you know, what's maybe, what's absolutely not, never, always, things like that. So we're going to kind of do this. We're going to kind of do it kind of freeform. So anyway, we're just going to scan through these. And like I said, I'm not going to open the ads up. I started to do this video when I was opening ads. It's just taking too long, so it's not necessary. So I'm just going to look at all these cars, and I'm going to give you my opinions of them, and then I'm going to point something out that if I see something that I would say, hey man, that's a deal, I'll point it out to you. Normally I don't find much on here for $1,000 less that's worth anything. So let's take a look at some stuff. Up here, this is a 94 Accord with an automatic. This is the transmission's out of it and wants $800. Nope. This one is a 2000 Ford Explorer XLT. I open the ad up. If it doesn't tell what's wrong with it, I may open the ad up. But this one, I think, has the famous blown head gaskets. I would never, in any point in my life, willingly buy a Ford Explorer. I think they're not a very good vehicle. They don't do very well. Now, I know some of you may own them and like them. That's not a judgment. I'm not bashing you, but they, you know, they used to have problems when I had Goodyear tires on them, or Firestone tires. They would, if they ever had a blowout, the thing would roll over. So anyway, they're not very good at towing. They're not that powerful. They're not large enough to tow. They suck gas. They're just a vehicle to me. So I've never owned one, especially wouldn't buy one with problems. You spend that much money on something a lot better. There's a No Rust 03, a Honda Accord, $900. Well, I'll tell you right now, that's probably a scam, because the car looks too good. It's too clean. It's got too nice a paint on it, and it's too nice for the surroundings. It does not look like any place around here. So I'd say that's probably a scam ad. There's an 87 Fiero, $800. I had one of those one time. I hated it, because it was, when I had it was a 4-cylinder, and that was the hardest car to drive smoothly. You know, it was loud. Basically all those cars are. Now, I'm not saying they're a bad car. I just didn't like that one I had. But they basically took and designed this car, and then they put a Chevette front end under it, and then they took the cradle with the engine and transmission and everything off of like a Century, and turned it around and locked the wheels so they wouldn't turn, and put it up under this thing. So that's basically what the drivetrain is on them. So that one I had was a Iron Duke, and that thing was anything but a sporty car. It was 84. 6-cylinder automatic, really good shape, started acting up, so it was parked. It's something with the engine, just don't know what. Well, that could be anything. If you like them, maybe. 99 Nissan Maxima, nah. Those cars are long in the tooth now. Kia Sedona, $800 OBO, nope. I don't want no van. I don't want no cheap Kia van. Ford Tempo, nope. Not even if it was even cheaper than that. Dodge truck, I looked at this one. I looked at it. I opened the ad up, and it needs a transmission, just like a lot of these do. So if you have one, you're looking for one for this price range, you're probably gonna have to put a transmission in it. Not same with this one. It's a 95 G20 work van. Bad transmission, 600 bucks. I don't need a van. I don't want one with a bad transmission either. What, you know. What we got? This is a 96 4Runner over here. This thing is rough. It's been wrecked a little bit. The windshield's busted out of it. 700 bucks. And he lost the key. You would not believe the number of people on Craigslist selling vehicles that happen to lose the key or they lost the title. That one, he lost the key, so you can't hear it run. So you don't know if the engine's any good. You don't know if the transmission's any good. Basically, it's just a dead hulk for 700 bucks. And it's not a four-wheel drive either. This is over here. This is a 2002 Trooper, 700 bucks, best offer. It's bad transmission. A lot of those have bad transmissions. Nobody wants to buy the Isuzu anyway. So no to that one. No to the 4Runner. PT Cruiser, 800 bucks. For parts or mechanic special has a bad engine. Nope, red enough. Not putting a damn engine in anything anymore. Let's see. 94. That's a $1 ad. You ever seen these $1 ads? People that just they're not brave enough to put the price out there. I guess because they're asking too much for it, so they put $1. 98 Volvo S70. Oh boy. Oh boy. Well, first thing, that's an S70, which means that's a sedan, which I wouldn't want anyway, because I don't do Volvo sedans, and I barely do Volvo wagons. Good running, transmission is slipping. It's time for a clutch. Oh, that's a manual. Now, I've had not good luck with Volvos, but this is a 98, so this is not the one like that 99 I had that was so wired up and computer operated and all that crap with all those problems. This is a year before that, so I would consider a 98 down, and I would consider this for if it was a wagon. It's not a wagon. If this was a manual wagon, I'd really consider this for that price, because I'm telling you, Volvos are constant maintenance cars, but 5-speed, that's pretty rare. Now, it wouldn't be worth a lot of money after you're done with it, but PCV system been cleaned and replaced time belts, so he knows a little bit about them. Robert, is that you, Robert? Robert? Yeah, too bad. Too bad it's not a wagon. I would consider it. Looks like a nice car otherwise. $675. That would be a maybe. 94 Cutlass Supreme. He says in these rear struts. Nah, I had one of those. I wasn't impressed with it. 98 Dodge Durango 318 4x4. It's got a bad transmission. The transmission having all kinds of issues. 750 bucks. I'll tell you what, buy it for 150 bucks, take the good engine out of it, and junk the rest of it. There's the Kia Sedona again. No. There's a Cadillac STS. He says runs good. That's a $1 ad. I wouldn't even give you $1 for it. Well, I might, but I wouldn't even want to waste the trouble on that. No Cadillac, no way, no how, ever. Not one of those. Never. Not even with your money. 2001 Honda Civic's kind of rough, been hitting the door. That would be a maybe, except if I was just looking for a car to drive. But it's an automatic, and that is right in the year range that the automatics fail. 700 bucks? No. 2003 Alero, 700 bucks again. That's another ragged old car. This may have a little bit of life in it, and it may have problems. That's a 3.4. I do not buy cars with 3.4s with 3100s in them. No. 98 Malibu V6. There again, same engine, 1,000 bucks. Who knows if it runs good? 2001 Ford Escape. I don't want a dadgum Escape anyway. That one's got a bad transmission, just like all the rest of them. No. Mitsubishi Eclipse RS. I think I do not want another Mitsubishi as long as I live. I have one now. Motor trans is good. TLC and a front end alignment. Slight body damage on a front bumper and left rear fender. Motor mounts. That tells me that thing may have been in an accident. All that stuff doesn't normally go bad on its own like that. Maybe so. Mercury Villager. Nope. Kia Monte. This thing is one of these. 650 bucks. Now that'd be a deal for just a nice car to beat around to work, but he lost the key to it, so when he put the key, another key, it didn't recognize it, so it's got to be hauled to the dealer, have the key coded, have the ECM coded, so it's big POS and pain in the butt. No. 2001 Buick Rendezvous, nope, not ever. Same cruddy engine in them. 99 Mazda 626, this is the one that eats the automatic transmissions, and before I open this ad up, if this ad doesn't say that it's got something wrong with the transmission, I'll go. Have a 99 Mazda 626 for sale. The car's in great shape, cold air runs, but does not drive. The transmission started acting funny. OBO. Alright, there, I won. I was right. I did not have to go. Now, and by the way, you notice that when I've already opened this print, you may not be able to see it, but it's red. And when I don't open them, it's blue, and that one was blue. I had not opened that up, but I already knew what was wrong with it. That's what happens to all of them. That's why nobody wants them anymore, not for any amount of money. No 626. If you get one that's a 5-speed, that's fine. That's wholly different. No automatic 626s, ever. 96, there's the 4Runner. That same junk 4Runner. No. 96 Chevy Blazer, 4-door, four-wheel drive, 4.3 V6, bad transmission. Nope, 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 nope. Van with bad transmission. Parts car RSX, that was a nice car, but it got wrecked. 850 bucks. 86 Camaro Z28 with T-Tops V8. Now this is something that is definitely I would be interested in. V8 2-port injected 305, newly rebuilt 7R4 automatic, 2500 stall, good car restore, must haul, so something's wrong with it. Yeah, they've been into the engine, the valve covers have been painted, one of them has. That'd be good if you wanted a project. 800 bucks, but just be, just be aware you're going to be putting some money into it to get it right. Kia Rio, something was wrong with that one. I saw that ad's been up a long time. It was skipping or something like that. El Camino, it's a rough old car, 1,000 bucks. 97 Chevy Blazer, 550 bucks. I have not opened that ad up. I guarantee you it don't run. Cash only, don't ask. Cracked head or blown head gasket. Nope, 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 never, never, never. And will you guys please stop calling Chevy Vortec engines Vortex like this ad up here? It's not V-O-R-T-E-X. It's Vortec. V-O-R-T-E-C. 97 Altima, 1,000 bucks. Nope. I just don't like them. They're an old car now. It's nothing special about them. Infinity was spelled with a Y on the end of it. That's incorrect. It's supposed to have an I. Letter I. Nah, it's just a Maxima. 91 Park Avenue Buick. It's 4-door. Nothing I'd ever be interested in. It's probably a good car though. Olds V8. Hey, there we go. Front wheel drive engine. Oh, that's out of a Tornado. I read it could be a 403, but I don't know. If you watch my video, you know that by now. I think I talked about that. Comes with a Hydromatic auto transmission, was put in storage unit, kept there before it got cleared out. Make an offer. Well, you don't have a carburetor on it, and it's not covered, so how'd I know it didn't have rain in it? If that's in a, now if that's, he said it could be a 403, but he doesn't know. Now when I see ads like that, I'm not bashing the guy, but a lot of times that may mean that it's not a 403. Because if that's a front wheel drive, which it is, I can see from the looks of it, then yeah, that's a front wheel drive transmission, and it's a 4-barrel, and it's blue. So it could either be a 307, a 350, or a 403. But the 403 front wheel drive, I don't even know if they ever even put a 403 in those. That would have to be a late 70s. That would have to be a late 70s Eldorado, not Eldorado, but a Tornado. I don't think that's a 403. Let's see what it says there. 4119. Well, that's black. Well, that's part of it black and part of it's blue. 411990. I have to look that up. Well, I know you guys are saying, well, you want an Olds V8. Well, that's not a drop-in on that car right back there. This is a newer style that's considered, though. There's another Bravada, $500. Those things are everywhere, everywhere. 8912 pickup two-wheel drive, $800. It's been wrecked. That's the kind of Toyota pickups you get for this price here. 2001 Chevy Malibu Handyman Special, $500. Attempt to fix it up. Way too many projects going on. Just want my money back. Guy said the motor was bad, but it's not locked up. Maybe the fuel pump. Nope. No. It's not the fuel pump. It's not the fuel pump. It's the same thing that happens to all those. Intake gasket leak. Let the bearings out. Probably got a horrendous knock in it. 2001 Honda Accord. Nah. Those are transmission busters like no one else. Transmission replaced now. It shifts hard. Nope. You guys starting to see what you find on here for this, and I'm not complaining. It's just this is what there is. Another Lumina. You notice this thing is eat up with front-wheel drive Chevys. Mighty Max truck has to be towed, $500. No. Cobalt, $960. Nah. New alternator Ford F-150. Nah. Subaru Forester runs and drives, $700. Nah. Now here's one right here. There's my old standby 2000 Mazda Protege 5-speed. You know, so far I haven't gotten anything that I'd really recommend. Mazda runs great, very good gas mileage, price is firm. It's got a few dents on it. A little rough around the edges. I've bought several like that. That's the one you buy right there. That's the only car so far I'd recommend you buy if it runs good. It's not rusted out. So anyway, same basic thing here. We're just kind of running through Kias, Geos, S10s, Ford F-150, Mercury Cougar. There's a long wheelbase C10 truck. Mitsubishi Montero, I already got one of those. Monza Spider, you don't see those anymore. There's another 84 Z28 Camaro, $500. Mercury Grand Marquis, $1,000. Still drivable junk. At least he admits it's junk. Subaru, 2004 Suzuki Forenza, still drivable, just a bit beat up due to an accident. Looking to either junk it for parts or sell it to anyone who needs it. Don't look that bad. Shoot, I drove stuff a lot worse than that. Got one in the driveway worse than that. That's a possibility. You're running alright. 06 Impala. So you could open all as is. That means it probably don't run or move when something's wrong with it. So you get an idea. A lot of stuff here has got major problems. So as is. Needs a timing chain fixed. No, because that's got that same Ecotec engine in it, and all of them this old, they're going to do it. If they hadn't done it already, they're going to. You start the thing up, you go, hell no. There's another long wheelbase S10 like the one I used to have. 2-owner Chevy S10, new clutch, great body, needs some work, original V6. That's an 82. That's even older than the one I had. The one I had was gray. Mine was an 85. Those are nice trucks though for what they are. I don't know if I'd want to give $950 for it. There's a POS Chrysler Concorde, $700. Honda Prelude. I basically would not buy any Honda for this cheap. No. No Honda, no GM, none of these. These Altimas. Needs a motor. Nope. One, like I said, only one so far. There's another Cobalt. I wonder if it's got a timing chain problem too. Has a loud knocking. These are where all the cars that you see in the junkyards around here, where they were originally. Before they got to the junkyard, they were trying to sell them on Craigslist. Oh, there's another Cavalier. AC needs charge, power steering fluid, and a recent engine swap, as well as a new timing belt up on. The only reason I'm still looking for a new car, drive it every day. Those don't have timing belts. They have a timing chain. So that one's probably had some history with it. There's a BMW. I want to look at that. Remember, there are no cheap BMWs and there's no cheap Mercedes. It may be cheap to buy it.